It does make you think, though, like, is part of the conspiracy to sort of break the idea of not having agents?
I don't know, but I think I always felt like if you're a superstar like Lamar, whether it's football, NBA, you're going to get paid. So why not get all of the money that you can, right? That's yours, and not have to pay it.
Not get the percentage.
Because those stars are going to get max contract deals anyway.
And I think the NBA is the better route because of the max concepts. Is like, oh, I'm a max player. I'm not taking $1 less than this.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know how effective, like, I do think that agents might play a role when you're trying to do the NBA move and get somewhere else. And whether it's drumming up interest, talking to other teams, getting third teams involved to make things work, you might need an agent to do that.
But that's easy. You could just go ahead and just hire one for that moment and move on.
I think it was Grant Hill back in the day. He did not hire an agent under a traditional arrangement where you get a percentage of my contract. He hired an agent and paid him on an hourly basis for the work that he did.
Yeah.
And so you're not, I'll pay you whatever, $500 an hour for the time you are involved in my contract, but you're not getting this unlimited residual income. And when the contract signed,
Lord knows that at work for Grant Hill. He robbed a couple teams. It was when he was injured, but still, man.
Hometown Magic for sure.
Got that money, man. But here you got it. Right now he's frustrated, Lamar Jackson, about the injury questions from whether it's from teams, whether it's from because most recently, of course, they asked the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if it was the GM or somebody in the front office about Lamar, and basically he was saying, we're good on Lamar. We're not sure if he could withstand an entire season with his injury background. Right? That's the excuse that he used.
Right.
And Lamar came out and retorted to that, like, let's be real, man. I played, basically just saying I played every game I could possibly play. People get hurt. Everybody get hurt. And I didn't sit out any games. He went on to say, even though that's not what the Atlanta Falcons got to say, he went on to say, I didn't sit out any games on purpose. I was literally hurt. And people get hurt in playing football. Yeah. I still think it's the owners getting together and saying, hey, we're not giving another mother effer a full guaranteed contract.
It's really –
we're just not doing that.
I think for that objective, it's almost the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you have a player that has had some legitimate durability issues. You have a guy that doesn't have an agent. You have a guy that again, people recognize the contract market's out of control with the Deshaun Watson thing. So you have that thing out there that just hangs over everything. This is a bad deal. We can't replicate that. And it's like a perfect storm with him being the target. And it's really unfortunate for him. I mean, I really don't know how it's gonna play out at this point.
I don't. And the picture to the left, that's just a funny meme I found. So it's going to be Lamar Jackson next year taking the handoffs from Patrick Mahomes.
Position change.
Yeah, man, take it to a running back. But I think now as time progresses, right, and you have these different teams all teams that we thought may be interested, Atlanta, Indianapolis Colts, et cetera, as they pass on Lamar, it's like, wow, what's going to happen, right? Because the Ravens have stuck their foot in the ground. As I said from the very beginning, like, I appreciate the team doing that. I want Lamar to get his money, but at the same time, I like teams that stand firm and like, hey, we're not going to get this guy all this money. And in the end, you get screwed. As a fan, you get screwed if that player gets hurt or just falls off the map like Ben Simmons. So, at that point, do you see like a return to the Ravens? Is that door completely shut?
No, not at all. It's still at this point probably the most likely scenario.
Yeah,
because they tagged him.
Yeah.
So if there's no offer, that is higher than the tag, he's basically coming back for the tag. Now, is he gonna at that point hold out and hope for a mercy trade? I don't know, because the market has been so closed for him. It's hard to say, well, who's going to do that? Now, if you get him on a 1-year franchise tag with the idea that if things go well, we'll happily extend you, maybe that's a move that one of these teams is willing to make.
Here goes the thing. This is where Lamar got screwed. And this is why they're talking about the absence of an agent, because he had an opportunity to choose, right, between those two different tags. We talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
So the tag that he's on, if nobody bites and offers him that whatever deal and whatever, he's going to come in at the lower tag versus he doesn't come in at the higher percentage. And basically what a tag is, they just take the top quarterbacks and they make an average out of that,
out of the salaries,
and give it right. But he is going to be on the lower end, not the higher end.
Right.
So he's screwed. He got screwed if nobody bites and give him this contract in this offseason, and he'll come back to the Ravens. So I do think he'll hold out. I don't think he'll play for that lower amount. But he agreed to it. He agreed because I think he thought a team was going to bite. Like, I'm Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
A team is going to give me a contract.
Yeah. And I would have thought too. But, like, the longer you hold out, the longer you're out of this, the more replaceable you are, the less value you are. I mean, and again, it goes back to the stupid Deshaun Watson thing. Why on earth did Cleveland ever do that?
Just that it is.
But again, you screwed up the league in some ways. You screwed up the quarterback market significantly. And that's just massive. But, yeah, I mean, his value's not going up the way things are going. Yeah, because you're getting closer to him having to accept the lower tag, or like then you're getting into an ugly situation. Are we holding out and trying to leverage for a trade? Where are we going with this? Do we just at some point swallow the pride and be like, hey, I'm going to just ball out for the Ravens and I'm definitely leaving next year, and I don't give a damn.
Yeah, and then we have this draft approaching. And I thought his best chance was to get on a team before the draft, because you have these teams deciding. I think we're just better off going with a young quarterback and paying him that lower scale. They're going to talk themselves into one of these guys who we don't believe is ready right now. But it's expensive to get Lamar, because not only do you have to pay Lamar this guaranteed contract he's asking for, you also have to give up 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, for sure.
So they have a decision to make, and right now they're kind of making that decision.
I think though I have not been really high on this quarterback class multiple times, but the pro days, the combine, these guys are checking all the boxes.
They're looking good.
And so they're probably I'm probably wrong on that.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And so that that gives you 4 or 5, 4 guys that 4 franchise guys probably in the top 10 to 12 picks almost under almost any scenario.
I know you ain't my butler, but I got a drink in the refrigerator. It's in that on the bench thing.
So
yeah. No. So for sure. So we'll see where that goes and where the draft goes.
And the other thing, the longer this goes on too, like the idea if you're gonna sign Lamar, you'd prefer to do that early. Have him in your camps, have him in your facility, and have a concrete plan around him.
Yeah.
And kind of waiting until the end of the free agent period or late into the thing to make a trade. It's like you said, the draft is pivotal. Like, if you go ahead and draft as though you're not going to have him, then it makes less sense to bring him in later.
For sure. Once again, this is Hood News, Mel Baby from Hood News. You tapped into this Lamar Jackson situation? You got the Miami jersey on.
I just found out I just heard about that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Miami Heat fan, the Dallas Cowboys and Florida Gators and Jones High and West Orlando Jaguars.
Okay.
And I don't switch it up. But
but not a Dolphins. I didn't hear you say Dolphins.
I don't like none in Miami but the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Dallas Cowboys and the Florida Gators, Jones High, and the West Orlando Jaguars, the junior team.
Exactly.
But about Lamar Jackson, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think, to me, I ain't seen all basketball players need to play like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and a couple of other players to be, I'm talking about any sports.
Right.
Even when it comes to baseball, some of these players getting too much money.
Yeah.
For real. And they don't want to work when they sick.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get paid $1 million to wash dishes, I don't give a damn if I got the flu. I'm still coming. I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to get paid all that damn money, now, when you get hurt, now you want somebody to hire you when you ain't, like, say you a good horse, right?
Right.
Now, you were starving and doing all this here, but now the man who owned the horse don't want you no more.
He might shoot you in the back.
Now you want it to be sold. So now he in a situation where if you ain't performing like these other quarterbacks who can run just as fast as him and doing all the same thing as him, if I was him, ain't he got some money?
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay, then don't buy nothing else.
Don't buy
nothing else. Hey, don't only work for the, just keep some money coming.
For sure. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to start back crawling before you can keep walking again. Then he just got hurt, so now he need to crawl for a little while.
Right.
So you go on and show him you can still do the same things that you can do.
And that's what I mean, like the performance is critical. And I think, whether he was legitimately unable to play or not, that hurt him right now.
No, for sure.
Not finishing this season. If the last thing that people see is you playing great, all these issues about not wanting or questions are gone. There's not much defense at that point for not paying him.
No, it isn't. And we'll see where that situation goes.
There's a thing, too. I mean, like, he may just have to end up playing on a tag and kind of tabling this.
I'll call Jerry Jones and see. We can show use him over at the Cowboys.
I might take him over Dak. Yeah,
100%.
I'll take him over Dak.
Dak gets hurt pretty regularly, too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, they should have got rid of Zike and that other one at the same time.
Right.
Both for them, a package deal.
Ezekiel Elliott,
Yeah.
I was glad they finally got rid of him.
Yeah.
He wasn't eating no more. That looked dumb.
No.
They was doing, anytime you see other players doing, you ain't doing what you doing.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Nah, for sure.
The only eating he's doing is at Golden Corral.
Show live.